Going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Took me a while to do this reaction and lend my commentary to this topic. I want to get a little bit more information before, I put a voice behind it. And there's been a lot more information coming in about this. So I decided let's get into it, right? So today we're going to be addressing the Kyrie Irving suspension and the craziness what's that's going on right now. So me personally, I don't follow the sports too much. I don't follow the basketball, but how could you miss this, right? Kyrie Irving suspension. Jaylen Brown says NBPA has issues with requirements for Nets guards reinstatement. As many of you probably already know, Kyrie Irving got into some trouble for some things that he posted on Twitter, or should I say rather, a link that he posted to a book or a movie or something of the sorts on Amazon. So it's not like he posted his own words, he posted content. Okay. So from there, the heat started. I was thinking to myself when going through and hearing all the things I was hearing about this topic, why aren't there more voices coming out? This reminded me of the Kanye West situation. A lot of people you hear in silence and you hear whispers from their entourage or their groups and their backings. What Kanye West is saying, when it gets to the heart of what he's saying, there's some truth behind it. That's what people are saying behind closed doors, and you hear whispers about it. But there's not a single person coming out to say, "Hey, we back him." We may not appreciate how he said it, but we understand the message behind it. There is no big names, and we all know that Kanye is surrounded by big names. Perhaps it's a risk to your reputation, but at the end of the day, some of the things worth fighting for you might end up risking your reputation. So this is one of those situations where I look at it the same way. When I see Shaq and I see Stephen A. Smith and that other guy on ESPN basically calling Kyrie Irving stupid. He's an idiot. Why would you do something like this? And I'm thinking to myself, what did he do? He stated in the videos that's been posted before, hey, just because I post something doesn't mean I agree with it. Wow, that's a world-changing statement right there, right? Nobody else understands that. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'll let him speak for himself on this one, right?
Hindsight, are you sorry for the hurt that your posts caused people?
I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my
Kyrie,
responsibility.
it seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or did you not
I
apologize?
didn't.
Adam Silver wanted to hear the words, I apologize. When I hear something like that, I think about a fight between couples. I think about two siblings fighting over a toy and the parents step in and say, no, you need to make this right. You apologize to your little brother and you give him a hug and you tell him you're sorry. This is a job. It's just another man saying something like that. It's as if you have to go to him specifically, which as when we get into this, we'll see it's really that serious. You have to go to this man specifically to beg his forgiveness or something. Is that what we're looking for here?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your wrongs?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Uh, Surprised that I did hurt people.
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid dealing with learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race.
And That's one of those things where I always say, it's okay to fall into the traps of, black people in America. Yeah, your history is slavery. You know, that's your leaping board. That's where you jump off. But then you come across something that may give you a different perspective on life, a different set of roots, a different place to say this is your home and this is your heritage and your history. No, 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 no. You need to remember you were a slave. That's what you came from. I'm just,
A group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through, and the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community, and I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create, and it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in that. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, that I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I studied. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in a book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Kyrie, the documentary listed among falsehoods. It said the Holocaust didn't happen. Do you
Again,
believe the Holocaust
those falsehoods
happened?
are unfortunate. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that. Never, ever have said it. It's not come out of my mouth. I never tweeted it. I never liked anything like it. So, the Holocaust in itself is an event that means something to a large group of people that suffered something that could have been avoided. No one said we had to practice racism. No one said we had to treat each other like garbage. No one said that I had to stand here today and understand that many people that come from generations 60 years ago, 40 years ago, enslaved some of my ancestors still, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and it's still going on. And you guys are asking me, respectfully, to speak on something that was a documentary that I had nothing to do with. I didn't make it. So just please keep that same energy when you guys are addressing me.
Kyrie, for the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
the man just went on to say, he just explained himself already. Just because something is stated in the documentary that I posted doesn't mean I co-sign every single thing that they've stated. Like, wow, like it's like saying you voted for Joe Biden, so every single thing he's done or has ever said, you're now in allegiance with him. Are you dumb or you stupid? It makes absolutely no sense to even ask the man a question like that. I won't even entertain it with a response. Let's see what he has to say.
Again, I'm gonna repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not gonna turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear though is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or
I,
no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
What does that mean?
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Kyrie, did you personally meet with the ADL?
I was informed that they wanted to have a meeting, and we handled it.
All right, guys. So that was that piece right there. I believe that he handled himself very well, better than most people would. But one of the things that I couldn't help myself from thinking about is he was very well spoken. You know, the black community usually rallies around the person who wants to stab their baby mama, the person that's strung out on drugs, the person that was basically doing everything to end up on a t-shirt. But well-spoken man right here. Where's the cities that are on fire? Where are the people talking out saying, hey, no, 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 not to him? Where are they at? Where's the everyday person standing up and saying, listen, we're boycotting the NBA, we're boycotting Nike if they go through with what they're trying to do to him? They're nowhere, nowhere to be found. They save that kind of energy for when the news tells them they should be pissed off. They save that type of energy for when social media companies allow them to talk about things that are detrimental to their community, but it gets them the votes. And I was thinking that the whole entire time when it came to the Kanye West situation and now this. But I'm happy to read this post. Kyrie Irving suspension. Jalen Brown says NBPA has issues with requirements for net guards reinstatement. And here's the list of the things that he needs to do in order to be reinstated. He needs to apologize and condemn the film he promoted. How did he promote it? Was it a paid promotion? Or was it just like, hey, I watched this? Like, are we not gonna I feel like this is one of those situations where we're playing with words as if they no longer have a definite meaning. Make a $500,000 donation to the anti-hate cause. Hey, I wish I had money to just sling around. $500,000 like that. Thank you, put in my pocket. Complete sensitivity training. Complete anti-Semitic training. Meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders. For what? What? Like again, this is like you're grounded and you're told to go to the principal's office and how they're gonna call your parents in and then they're gonna set you straight because you're gonna learn a day. Oh yeah, you're gonna learn a day, young man. Oh, he's a grown man. He posted a link to a book. If the man agrees with if a man agrees with every single thing that's written in a book, I'd like to tell you a man. I want to show you a man that's lying. He shared something that he found to be very interesting. It gave him roots. It showed him a part of his ancestry that was never seen before. And then the last part is meet with team owner Joe Tsai. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, to demonstrate an understanding of the situation. Because he's not going to understand the situation after paying the 500,000. He's not going to understand the situation after completing sensitivity training. He's not going to understand it after meeting with the ADL and Jewish leaders. He needs another conversation. Come on, man. Like I said, one of the good things that came out of this is, from what I'm hearing, Jalen Brown is actually standing up for him. He's another basketball player, from what I'm hearing. I don't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Brown said, I don't think people in the governing bodies think he's anti-Semitic. He made a mistake. We understand from an outside perspective how important sensitivity is to not condone hate speech and not condone anything of that nature. It's it's sensitivity to the dialect around that. We don't have to stand up for somebody in order to not condemn hate speech. But I don't believe Kyrie Irving is anti Semitic, and hopefully the NBA feels the same way. Simple. No, instead you have people that we used to look up to, like Shaq, calling them stupid. For what? Posting a link? That's what stupid means now? A lot of what's going on with Kyrie Irving reminds me of this video that a friend of mine sent me. Y'all take a listen. It'll really open up your mind a little bit, you know?
Here go Ye, he stand up. We all saying, yeah, he right. But boy, when they grab that baddest, that's always been a tactic. You take the baddest, bring him out in front of all the slaves, and you tie him up and you whoop him, and you whoop him, and you whoop him, and you keep whooping him in front of all these slaves. This y'all baddest one, y'all richest one. He gonna stand up to us, and we all sit there and watch. Don't nobody join in. No celebrity, no entertainer. Jay-Z punk ass turned on him. They whooping him. They putting them lashes on his back. Then he find out, Toby, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. I'm sorry. Don't stop whooping him. And we ain't said that's enough. We ain't stood up and said, F y'all, that's enough. We ain't playing no more basketball. We ain't doing nothing no more. Cause we can all come together and shake our dick at them if we want.
He said it. He what part of that did a lot of you not connect with? So many people agree with what Kanye said. So many people clearly see what's going on with Kyrie Irving is just completely wrong altogether. But at the end of the day, how many people are going to stand up? How many people are going to say something? How many people are willing to actually say, you know what, ESPN? You know what, NBA? You know what, Nike? Make this right. I'm going to vote with my dollars. I'm going to vote with my pockets. Time will tell, right? But guys, like I said, I waited to get some more information on this. I didn't want to just jump into it without having all the information per se. And when things like this just drop, there's usually another foot to come with it. Made sure that there is a bit of information out there before I let my own commentary to it. If you guys agree, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for chilling with me again, guys. See you in the next one.